So I just figured out why it really pisses me off to make these videos. Because, like, putting on this headgear, like this and this and then, that's alright. But putting on this is a pain in the fucking ass. It's annoying. It fucking hurts my nose sometimes. And it's just like, why do I have to put on all this shit? And it's because people fucking can't accept us. And, like, if people actually found out who I was, it would fucking destroy my life. You know, I'd lose everybody in my life. I'd lose all my friends. Probably get kicked out of my house. You know, regardless of having, like, an amazing relationship with the person that I've had an amazing relationship with for years. You know, if that person found out, you know, what I really had, the personality disorders I really had, the illnesses I really had, the past wouldn't matter. The 3 years of developing a very good, loving friendship wouldn't matter. The only thing that would matter was the fear, or the illness, or the fear that was. I don't know, man. And I think that's the overwhelming problem. And about what I was saying yesterday about, like, people that were weak, people that didn't do the work, they didn't put in the time. You know, they believed in quick fixes instead of dealing with the emotions, dealing with issues, dealing with the trauma, dealing with the pain. They picked up these habits where they choose to avoid and use forms of escapism to not deal with the pain. However, they're causing pain for everybody around them because they're always talking shit, or they're always fucking leaning on people and fucking needing people, and, you know, they don't feel very good about themselves, so they usually talk shit about other people. They always talk about drama and what other people are doing and what they should be doing and what they're not doing, and, you know, how, you know, the one thing that I've noticed about people that are very unhappy is that they're very critical of other people. You know, they're like, oh my God, did you hear what they did? You know, oh my God, they, like, and it's like, where do you have to be mentally and emotionally where you talk bad about other people to other people in your life? Like, other people don't want to hear that. And then when other people do hear that, they can't trust you. Like, I can't trust my mom at all, because my mom is a straight up shit talker. She talks bad about everybody. You know, if somebody isn't perfect, or somebody steps out of line, or somebody does something that's not perfect, she talks shit about them. So I can't really trust my mom, because I know she probably talks shit about me to my sister, you know, without a doubt. So I have to remain this, like, perfect, all-encompassing being in order not to get shit talked about me, unfortunately. So if your parents are like that, happy Father's Day, by the way. If you have a father. I don't. But it's amazing. It's like some people celebrate this holiday, this Father's Day. Some people just never have. I've never celebrated Father's Day. You know, I was, like, abandoned when I was 3 years old. And I sent my father 2 or 3 Father's Day cards because I found out his address in South Carolina, and from my mom, and I sent him a Father's Day card when I was, I think, 19, 23, 25, and then he never replied, he never responded, so I just gave up. I just was like, hey man, well, if he doesn't want to write me back or thank me or write me in the first place before I even sent the card, that's on him. So I think a lot of the people that watch these videos, all 7 or 8 of you, fuck it, you might not have dads either. You might have been abandoned from an early age. Or your dads might be in prison or something like that, and you don't really have a father. Or your fathers might have run away to do drugs or to be with another woman or whatever it is. So for many of you, Father's Day might not be a good day, but because everybody makes such a big deal out of it, and it's all over. Commercials, TV, stores, all that stuff. You see happy dads walking around with their kids today. It's hard to not be affected by it, Like you could say, like, I'm not going to let it bother me, but I think subconsciously it bothers us. Those of us who don't really have a father in our life. Somebody wrote the other day, I was listening to this Jordan Peterson lecture, because he's like, I really geek out on his psychology lectures, his college lectures. And somebody wrote underneath in a comment under the YouTube video, Jordan Peterson's the best internet dad out there. It's true. He kind of is like my father in a weird way, because I don't have a father figure or role model. So I kind of look to him and Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, current day Dwayne Johnson, not 1997 Attitude Era Dwayne Johnson. But yeah, I'd say The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. I have a picture of him in my room. I look at him every morning. And so The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and Jordan Peterson, they're pretty much my only 2 male role models I have. And I'm sure if you don't have a father, whether you're a girl or a boy and you're watching this video, I'm sure that you have like father figures, that are, entertainers or on YouTube or the internet or on television or movies. We all kind of have them. Those of us who don't have fathers. Yes, this disease is or this disorder is weird. Some days I just want to, kill people, and I just want to fucking slit their throat. And like yesterday, I made those 2 videos, and I was spitting all over. But when I start spitting, it's a really bad sign that I'm like becoming very angry and homicidal. And at the end of the one video, I like to punch myself. Like usually it's in the face, but sometimes I like to punch myself here. And at the end of that video, like when I was getting really pissed off at you guys, which I don't really have a reason to be. Sometimes I just get really angry, and I remember I just and it's like uncontrollable anger. It's like this rage from within, and I just want to fucking kill people. And and at the end of one of the videos I did yesterday, like I punched my knuckles together, and this knuckle hit into this knuckle, and like I felt like I broke it for the rest of the day. It still hurts now. When I went to bed last night, I thought I felt it. It was like so painful, and it felt like I had arthritis running through all my knuckles. I was like, God damn it, Northrup, you gotta stop punching yourself. Some people cut. I can't cut, man. I come from a life and a family where you can't do that shit. You know, you have to find other methods. You know, for me, it's like physical exertion. You know, like really kicking your ass. Like I like fucking walk like 7-8 miles a day. You know, like I lift weights. Like I play basketball. Like I have to get it out. I just have to get it out somehow. Because if I don't, I start to get like super fucking delusional and like suicidal, and if I go like 3 or 4 days without working out or lifting weights or walking or playing basketball, dude, I get really fucked up. Like stagnation leads to misery. That's all over my room. Like it's written there. It's like written there. It's written there. Like stagnation leads to misery. It's written there. Like stagnation leads to misery. Stagnation leads to misery. Because it always makes me realize that like if I don't do things, holy shit, man, like it's fucking bad, man. Like severe suicidal depression, severe anger, homicidal thoughts, like delusional thoughts, like drifting, and like I'll just like sit in a room and I'll start to become like agoraphobic too. Like I won't want to leave. I'll start to become paranoid too. Like I'll just like sit around and like do like, you know, like I'll just, and then I start writing, and the writing is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, man. Like fucking writing's great. You know, like the book that I wrote, you know, that out, yeah, and it's free today again. Yeah, it's free until midnight tonight, which I don't really want to promote it anymore because nobody's really buying it, you know, even though it's free. Fuck it. But yeah, the book that I wrote, you know, pretty much all the writing in that book is in like this delusional state where I just like kind of get lost, and then like I'll, you know, like be writing and I'll be like in this lost trance state, and then like I'll start cracking up because what I'm writing is pretty humorous, but you know, the humorous things are kind of like the crazy things, but the dark stuff is like the dark stuff, you know. And if you guys actually read the book, you would understand. Like you would read through that book, and it's you know, you'd be like, yeah, I feel that way pretty much all the time. You know, I made this, one of the first videos I made was about being suicidally depressed and being bipolar and being borderline personality disorder. And there was this one guy, and he commented under the video, and he said, like, this is how I'm feeling right now. And I thought that was really cool that, like, you know, what I was talking about, like, he could relate to, and he felt that way. And I think the book is that. And that's why I wrote it, so people could have someone to relate to. You know, because I think that's the biggest problem right now. It's like, not only can I not relate to anybody, I feel like I have to be perfect, so people won't know who I really am. And it's that pressure. It's the pressure to be like perfect and normal, you know, looking or normal, acting, where people aren't like, oh shit, there's something wrong with that person. And then like your illness gets worse and worse and worse because you're scared of people, because they give you cues when you interact with people, or when you see people. They give you signs, like, you know, like they give you facial expressions, whether you're doing something wrong or not, or whether you're not an average person or not. And like you'll pick up on these cues and these signs in people's eyes and facial expressions when they see you or when they interact with you. And if you're getting the wrong facial expressions or social cues, you know, facial cues, you'll most likely, you know, be more paranoid or scared of people to see people again. And you'll try to avoid the person that gave you the bad social cue. And if enough people give you bad social cues that, like, there's something wrong with you, you're not an average person, you'll just stay inside all day. I was agoraphobic for years. I was scared shitless of people. Like, I was super paranoid. That's one of the reasons why I had to quit most of my jobs in my 20s. Because my agoraphobia was so bad that I couldn't be around people. I couldn't be around people at all. So people don't understand us, and we have to, like, be perfect for people. And, like, if we're not perfect, like, people are like, and then we feel bad, and we're like, oh shit, and then we, try to avoid people, stay inside. I talk a lot about, like, people's eyes in the book, in the ebook on Amazon that I wrote, which is free today. You should just click on it. It's yours for life. Do yourself that favor. You really should. If you're the 8 or 10 people that watch these videos. But in the ebook, I talk a lot about people's eyes. Like how when you see their eyes, you're like they're scary. Like, you feel like the judgment in their eyes. You feel like there's something wrong with you. You're like, when you see people's eyes, and you feel like you're not good enough, and you feel like there's something wrong with you, and it's not a good feeling at all. So, even though I, like, freak out on you guys every once in a while, and I tell you I fucking hate you, and I want to kill you, and I want to slit your throat. I mean, that's true sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. But other times I really care about you. And I care about you enough to, like, actually write a book and sacrifice a great deal of my time for you, and for our community. Because we really are a tribal community that is not understood by people. We are completely misunderstood. And we are very, very so much judged by our society. And I think it's, and it's good to stick together and help each other, and be there for each other, and that's why the ebook is out there. That's why I, like, wanted to put it on Amazon for free, but Amazon wouldn't let me. But they let me put it on Amazon for free 5 days out of every 90 days, so you go on Amazon today, it's free until midnight, and I think it would be really beneficial, really good for you and your family to get it. Just click on it. It's free today until midnight. Father's Day, Sunday, June 21st, 2020. And you can go on Amazon, Joe Winterow ebook. Descriptions below, in the description area of the YouTube video. And you could type in the name of the book, or just my name in ebook, and on Amazon, and it'll pop up. It'll probably be like 5 books down, because they're probably going to try to sell you all this other stuff first, all these other books first. But my book will pop up on that page. If you type in my name, ebook, it'll pop up. And do yourself a favor, do your family and your friends a favor too, because I think it's really important for your family to read it, and I think it's really important for your close friends to read it, if you have family and if you have close friends. Sometimes we're just alone. We don't have anybody in our life, or we don't have anybody supportive in our life that would even read a book for us. Even if they say they would read the book, they probably wouldn't. And then we'd ask them, like, 3 weeks later, hey, did you read that book that I gave you? And they'd be like, oh, no, not yet. But yeah, please do yourself that favor, man. I mean, like, it'll make you feel better. Like, for sure, it will. yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening. Have a great non-Father's Day, or Father's Day, or non-Father's Day, if you're like me, or millions of others that were abandoned by their dads. And yeah, so have an amazing day, guys. I love you very much, and yeah, like, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling well. And all apologies for saying I wanted to slit your throat and kill you yesterday, but that will most likely happen again in the future, because I am homicidal. I am a psychopath. I have borderline personality, and I am bipolar. Sometimes I just want to kill people, including you guys. But know that that won't last forever. For now. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Have a good day.